Hello everyone, and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011, and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV post Dawntrail main scenario quest. We are finishing up patch 1, not 1.5, 7.5, and then we will be doing the raid. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's talk to Golbez. That key of yours intrigues me. Had my former self known of its existence, I might have sought different means to reach the source. Something for me? Package of dumplings. That smell. Food, is it? I recall Julius speaking of the dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel, and the fond memories. There's more than enough to share with Golbez. Now that he forgoes the aether of others, I'm sure he'll appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the void would be like if culinary traditions flourished here once more. Whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual compensation. A hardening thought, if nothing else. And we've completed the quest we started yesterday. A beacon from beyond. Zero has something to discuss with you. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon the darkness in some time. In truth, I find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we returned to the Red Moon after sensing Enuo's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if this interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Enuo defeated, the source should be in no immediate danger. Good. We'll wait for you by the crater. Also, once I'm done with the story and the raids, we will be getting back into playing full swing Final Fantasy XIV. There's some content I haven't done, and I need to level my classes. I'm working on Monk currently. But there's some content I never did in previous expansions, such as the bonus dungeons in Endwalker, the remaining role quests in Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and Dawntrail. So much to do, and honestly, I never got around to it. There's a teleporter situated between here and the crater of the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though seldom had need once my generals were in place. Igiorm herself crafted the device that I might lay low the Servant of Light. Ironic that we now use it to seek to restore light to the void. Forgive my idle reminiscence. 'Tis time we made our descent. Let me make sure the audio is being picked up. One moment mute. Yep, I had to make sure. Okay, let's talk to Golbez. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual ether from Barbaricia's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right. We had best prepare for our potential guests. Just join me in my abode when you're ready. Okay, he's saying the same thing. Let's talk to the others. Or the talkable other voice set. Amenable voice set. Ever since she brought you to this domain, our numbers have swelled. We grow tired of conflict. Waiting void scent. I wait an eternity for Zeromus to save this world, but my faith was misplaced. In the end, it was Zero who brought us hope. She's the reason I keep coming back here day after day. Empty-eyed void scent. Leave me be. Disturbs void scent. Zero is amazing. Truly Goldbug's equal in every sense. Okay, are there any other NPC void scent we can check out? Nope, no one else. I wonder if the one who ate the void scent last time I was here is still around. It was... Well, I appear to have made a complete recovery after the ignominy of surviving death. Maybe my fellow void scent here can be trusted. There he is. Siriato. It was Farfello who got eaten. Golbus is even stronger than Barbaricha was. I thought it best to keep out of his way. That said, Farfello tells me Golbez isn't so frightening these days. Perhaps he absorbed the will of someone else, less terrifying. Oh? I'm not sure if Farfello is out of this void scent, or just, he's listening to his consciousness. Because remember, he ate Farfello. Looks like Farfello was not released. Okay. Oh, there's one I missed. Hungry void scent. That must be Goldwood's. I would gladly consume his ether if I stood the slightest chance of not being gobbled up first. And it looks like that is everyone. Unless there are some over here. Oh, here's one. No longer will I partake of the ether of other beings. Not even if I shrivel and starve. Is he talkable? No, he's not talkable. That's everyone, okay. I imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. If memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood into the crystal tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed onto the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Using the transmitters here wouldn't suit my plan. We require a higher ground. Okay, take the aether transmitters. Where do we have to go? Up there. And while we're at it, we can check if there's any talkable NPCs in this one area I didn't look in. Up here. No one's talkable over there. Can't get up there. That's where Seriato is. Nope, no one else. Let's... Destination. Aether transmitter.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Oh, the thing your Stola gave her is helping. That's nice. Hello, Malthus.
Immortal, no less. I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible.
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrade spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
Now I wonder if we can talk to him. Let's see if he's around before we turn in the quest. Oh, there he is. Let's see if we can talk to him. Perhaps I shall use my abilities to assemble a dwelling in this domain. Okay, so he's gonna build a house. And on to the next quest. We're gonna change back to our normal DPS look. Oh crap, I think I messed up. Yep, I changed my monk to Picto. Let me fix that. There we go. Go back to monk. And then switch to Picto. Keep forgetting I don't have to change hotbars anymore for that. There we go. It would seem Ulysses' intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll be heading home sooner rather than later. You will not be able to freely return to Zero's domain. Are you certain you wish to leave? Yes. Then let us return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell.
Would you deliver a message to Ulysses for me?
You found a place.
Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Sorry, I dot alt tab for something. And we have an ad bot.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here.
I'm reporting an ad bot. Block. Okay.
The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Wait. Is that?
Oops, a bit of lag.
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
What the? Ffxiv! Thank you for the raid! I'm gonna pause the cutscene and show you up.
Shortly after you vanished, the void-scenting
Welcome,
Kurgan
raiders.
abruptly
I am
ended.
Wolfmage, and this is the Mage's Tower. How is everyone? Let me shout you out, Ffxivs.
What? I need to like, yeah. If I can make them do a laser upwards.
Oh, I wish her a happy birthday. Have a good one.
There you go.
The wonderful being you saw before you is Ffxiv's, a very good V and a very good artist and musician. You should check him out sometime. Very good pup. Very good V. And with that, thank you for the raid, Ffxivs. I really appreciate it. To those who don't know me, I am Wolfmage. This is the Mage's Tower. I hope you enjoy your stay. We are playing Final Fantasy XIV. We're doing the current patch, and later we'll be, once we finish the MSQ of the patch, we will be doing the raid. So, without further ado, let's continue the story.
We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon? And who might you be? Not a void scent, I'd wager.
And we're about to have an ad, so once she starts talking, I'm gonna pause the ad
Greetings.
for 5 minutes.
I am Helmerut of the Asians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Plushie!
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Helmerut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Asians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole, and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years pass. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before...
Oh, I accidentally skipped some. Long before the light of mankind was
Supposing for a
kindled.
moment we believe you. How can you possibly know all this?
I'm gonna use another snooze.
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost, yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. 'Twould be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true? What you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you. right.
It took 2 fricking snooze buttons on my ads, but we made it through that cutscene. Okay, I'm gonna let the ads play now and not use my third snooze button. I want to save that last one. But yeah, we're gonna let the ads play. And then we will continue the story. But in the meantime, we shall Manderville. Is there just no music, or is the music muted? No, the background music isn't muted. It's just no music around here.
So
sorry for the silence. I'm looking into something while I wait for the ads to be done. Welcome back, everyone, from the ads. I'm going to step away really quick because I realized I have to go to the bathroom right afterwards, so BRB. And I'm back. Now I can continue. Oh, my mouse died. 1 moment, let me plug it in. There we go. Now we can continue. Let's talk to each of the NPCs individually before talking to Living Way. So, let's talk going from this way, that way. Though I am tempted to dismiss a preemptive judging as a preemptive rejoining as an utterly absurd solution, her words are not to be spoken lightly. Trust the Asians to be putting something utterly to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. The Asians once labored to resurrect Zordiark and bring back those who rendered up their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. If Homer doth truly seek a rejoining to avert the solstice, to ensure some survive when otherwise all would perish, then our interests are not so disparate. Okay, let's talk to Alpha Node, who I am standing on top of. Okay. ... Homer can't be speaking the truth, can she? You'll have to forgive me. I'm still coming to terms with it all. Do you think that individuals of Calix's ilk and worse exist in other shards? Okay, let's talk to Living Way. There you are. One moment you were standing before me, the next you'd vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the Void Scent have been eradicated and the gate light sealed once more. There's been nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? The stars seek to become whole, but that's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Heidelin made no mention of a natural rejoining. I ought to consult the records to be certain. But not before thanking you for dispatching the Void Scent so handily. You well and truly saved the day. And we are going to take the money. And who has the next quest? It's Alpha Node, who had nothing to say to me during this whole interaction. Trail to the Heavens. The last quest in the MSQ for now. Alpha Node continues to grapple with Homerud's disclosure. The implications of the solstice and the winter's schemes, as well as our approach to moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all of our fellow Scions. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust I trust there are no objections? To settle then, to the Rising Stones. Ordona. I was actually here earlier doing some leveling on my monk. Okay. Into the Rising Stones. And then after we turn in this quest and finish it, we are heading back to Tuliolao to start the raid. Let's talk to the others first, though. So we have Alize, Mariandre, Thancred, Y'shtola, Grahatia, and Kryl to talk to before turning in the quest. There was much more to take care of in Garlemald. Even after tending to the wounded, I shall be sure to share a full report with Ojiga. 'Tis a pity my stay in Terrell came to such an abrupt end. I should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shale. It feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls, though given we've all experienced a lifetime's worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim, perhaps that is only natural. Since leaving for Terrell, we've been almost constantly on the move. It feels good to put my feet up in familiar stomping grounds. In spite of times, vicissitude, some things endure. This sanctuary is surely among them. I have no clue how to properly pronounce that word. At times like this, the company of friends is all the more precious. Okay, let's make sure everyone has talked to. Make sure there's no one over there. Nope. Okay, next step in the quest. Nary a thing has changed since we were last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them while we linger. A while longer. Not while we linger.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here. Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Apologies for our delay.
Hurry!
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with. But we're working on it.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Voidsent incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
I don't think she had any way of knowing. That's what I chose on my main, but I'm gonna go with I think she knew, and chose to trust us.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Okay, looks like we have a lot of people to talk to, if we can talk to them.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
So we're gonna start from that end of the room and work our way over. So we're gonna start with Grawhead here. Even after discussing the revelations concerning Kalos, there is a great deal to share. 'Tis difficult to know where to begin. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master pictomancy. We've come so far, striven so hard. And Octor Boulder? Anchor and I were training in Gridania when Voidsent attacked the 12-Wood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adder. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. That's why Tataru was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste to Garlemald. While circumstances and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Indeed, may that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. Okay, so this next group appears to be Clemens, Eander, and Y'shtola, so let's talk to them in order going this way. The brothers are reunited, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate is to force me to choose. Oh, Eander, I hope you've come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. Judging by your guise, Clemens, your studies have been productive? Indeed, I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlian astrology. At one point, I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I didn't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. I so sorely bereft brotherly ministrations as I am. I knew you still required constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. So the next group appears to be Tataru, Ryanje, and Thigrid. It seems our colleagues have much to catch each other up on. I shall have to borrow some tea. Brew some tea, not borrow. Tataru is ever the considerate facilitator. Grateful am I to refrain from weighty discussion, simply converse with old friends. After Ryanje and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Jacques Tourelle. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through the Liozeniha before heading up the coast to the frigid North Reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tourelle is. We also met with the Wallachui, though we had not the time to study their arts at length. We were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Would that we could have indulged our curiosity further and traveled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. I should very much like to return, given the chance. Okay, next is Alice and Alphino. Don't worry about me. I'm sure you've plenty to discuss with all the old faces. 'Twas by no means an easy decision, but the solstice is now a paramount concern our paramount concern. Alice and I have opted to formally withdraw our efforts from Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Ulyss and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Gollumald with our heads held high one day. Indeed. In the meantime, let's prepare a letter for Euless and the committee. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Okay, and the last three, we have Colonent, Ffxiv, and Harry Boulder. This latest development is indeed a shock, but I'm heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. I helped repel the Voidsent incursion in Labis Manalis. Fighting off fiend-controlled Gality is something I wouldn't rush to relive, but it was nonetheless a good training. Colonent and I remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Garleans and the Corvasi. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled, and we were able to return. I understand the Garland Committee has made great strides to improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal for resolving this issue in the issues in Corvos. Then perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garlean's accomplishments from me and the twins. It might stoke that fire even hotter. And finally, to turn in the quest. It seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. Trial to the Heavens, complete. Or Trail to the Heavens, not Trial.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
Why are you telling me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. what Halmerot said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how will the key turn to winter's end? For once I was able to read one of those in before it disappeared. And with that, we've completed the MSQ that's available from this patch. Now, we are headed to Tuliyollal to deal with the raid series. Let me look up where to find it. Be right back. Or rather, looking up on the internet. Tuliyollal. So, looks like we're headed to Tuliyollal. Okay, open up a local map. Lance Guard, the White Wanderer, trip a new entry, no, the Hollow Promise, that's where I need to go. Hollow Promise. The Lance Guard looks relieved to see you. Welcome back, Wolf Mage. You'll be happy to know the Guard remains on high alert in the event any echoes appear in Yogg-Turul. For now, there have been no reported sightings. We did, however, recently receive a missive from Kekwazena. He's finished conducting his test for Pressure. Requests an audience. Bakul Jaja has already left to meet with them. I can only assume you wish to be present to hear the results, so I would suggest you make for the outskirts at once. And we head this way. A little bit of lag, that's fine. Let's talk to all the NPCs, starting from Bakul Jaja, then going to Pressure, then going to Alexel. I thought you might come. You're just in time to hear what Kekwazena learned of Alexel and Pressure. There's still a lot I'd like to see, both in and outside the dome, but first I've got to know what Kekwazena found out. Kekwazena was most hospitable host during our time in Solution 9. The dining establishment he took us to were most unusual, but the meals were surprisingly delicious. Thank you for coming. So what have you learned? Oh my god, he has Thinkred's haircut. I forgot that. After a thorough examination of Pressure and Alexel, we discovered that Already, you've made your point that we're not really living. How bad can it be? Yes, as you say, you are indeed artificial life forms, each possessed of an electrode core. Were said core to be damaged, it would become increasingly difficult to maintain your forms, until eventually you dissipate. This much you already know. And what is the present state of said core? While Alexel's core shows no signs of wear, there is no significant damage. I don't expect it will break apart anytime soon. Precious core, on the other hand, is, well, it's burnt. It's a wonder you hadn't already blinked out of existence. We used all the electro tricks we had to mend the worst of the cracks. But it has been mended, yes? Her core should hold itself together, so long as she remains out of harm's way. Another strong shock to the body is all it would take for it to fall to pieces. It'll be fine. I won't overdo it. Wouldn't want to miss all the adventuring we still have to do, right? I can't imagine going on without you. We are comrades born of memories from the same home, after all, even if those I can recall are few and far between. Ah, that's right. You're always so quick to share what you do recall. It's easy to overlook how much you've forgotten. Yes, Bakul Jaja is right here. What is it? There's been an attack in Momok. Strange creatures the Lance Guard are unable to identify. An attack? Echoes, in all likelihood. The sentries there will need reinforcements. Let's hurry. Bird is the word. Okay, let's teleport to Jacques Tirol. We need to go to Mamuk. I'm turning off the set to favorite mounts thing because honestly I have more mounts that I never get to see on stream because I have that setting on. Okay. And we need to go this way. Merfolk. Lance Guard Sentry. Bakul Jaja, you've brought the others with you. You've done well to hold the line. Nanta here? So you've seen these manner of creatures before. Not here in Tirol, surely, but how or why would they find their way here? Echoes, so that other world is home to these Ananta as well. I remember these fiends. In Vanadel, we call them Lemaye. Their cunning is matched only by their ferocity. But thankfully not cunning or ferocious enough to overcome our Lance Guard. The situation is a little more complicated than that, I'm afraid. Allow me to explain. We were standing guard when an army of these snake creatures appeared as if out of nowhere, surrounding us in an instant. Their numbers were beyond count. Had they pressed their attack any further, they could have easily overpowered us and besieged Mamuk. Just as all hope seemed lost, a strange mage arrived, barely a child judging by her size, and felled the army in a single spell. Then she vanished before we could so much as ask her name or offer thanks. If I don't know better, I'd say they were describing Kryl, but are her magics that destructive? We also retrieved this letter from the enemy's remains. Dearest Champion, it was with great pleasure that I inform you a vassal for the king has at last been chosen. To that end, I have sent forth these celebratory military procession. I hope that it proves to your liking. You are hereby invited to return to Juneau for the coming coronation ceremony. Invited, as if he wouldn't plan to release Morakos should we refuse. There are continued skirmishes to the south even as we speak, but I fear it's simply a battle of attrition. While I'd love to be the one to give Cerealjaw a sound thrashing, my place is with the Lance Guard. You seem to have a knack for passing on information. Your job will be to outline the current situation to the soldiers when they return. Right then, let's go and knock Cerealjaw's Scaliars. Or kick Cerealjaw's Scaliars. Don't forget what Kekwazena said. If it looks like things are taking a turn for the worse, get out of there. Okay, and we're headed this way. Are there any fights along the way that I need to do for this quest? Nope. We can just fly there. Hopefully my eye level is good enough for the quest, but given that it's 764, I should be fine. Let me look something up. Looks like the max eye level you can get is 790 and 780. So yeah, I should be. So it should be fine. Hopefully. I'm only 26 off of that. If I don't have the item level to do this, I shall do other things. Portal to Lower Juno. Do I have any of the... Yeah, I have one of the song manuals. So let's see if I can get any music with only one. I'm not sure. Peculiar Goblin is the token exchange. Okay. I can get one song. Second movement score. Yeah, I have 1 second movement score, so... Let me look up, okay, so what I'm looking for is belief. That's what I want. That's my favorite song from that raid series, so that's the song I'll get. Okay, now to do the quest. Okay, let's talk to Ffxiv. Strange, I don't recall this being here before. Look, another one of those portals. Maybe he decided to cut to the chase and get straight to the fighting. Perhaps, but Cyril Drum struck me as the sort who enjoys hearing himself talk. If someone did force their way in, I assumed you lot had simply grown impatient. Thieves then. No such feat is beyond the petty bandits wandering Yoktel. I suppose it doesn't matter in the end. Whoever they are, their fate was sealed the moment they set foot within my domain. Enough with all the prattling. You're clearly no match for Wolfmage, so why not just turn yourself in to the Lance Guard? Do you not read my letter? I have found a vessel worthy of our true king. He who first incited conflict in the lands of Vanadel. This adventurer has no chance against such a primordial being. Very good, Surreal Jaw. Finally we will have the power we need to rule. Rule Vanadel, yes, but what need have of subjects in this world? But what have we need of subjects in this world? Or should we simply slaughter them all? So long as we draw breath, you will not bring harm to this world or any other. Thought you might say as much. I'd expect nothing less from a man who's... perhaps that's better left unsaid. What are you hiding? What have you learned of who I am? As for you, Wolfmage, never fear. When my echoes have finished with these appetizers, I have no doubt they will take their time on their main dish. So let us not waste any more time. To commence this auspicious occasion, the coming of our new king, a veritable feast of powerful foes awaits. I should hope you'll serve long enough to grovel at the feet of our new ruler. This guy's deranged. That bastard didn't even acknowledge I was here. Next time I see him, I'll make sure he never forgets this face, or my fist. You'll be doing no such thing. Or have you already forgotten Kekwa's Zana's warning? Leave this fight to us, please. Fine, but don't you go and do anything reckless, you hear me? The reckless one is you. I did not realize an ad break was happening, but the cutscene is over. Oh well. What was the name of that? Windurst, the third walk. Okay. Whoops, I did not mean to clear selection. We are joining this. And we're gonna go ahead and do the alliance chat for this instead of say or party chat. Shantoto! And you guys are out of break just in time to start the raid.
What echoes has Sir Eldrick conjured this time, I wonder? The Great Star Tree. This must be Windust Walls.
Oops, I had to edit something because they don't allow links anymore.
You've no recourse but to cower before my true power! Refuse to obey, and I'll make you pay!
Okay, I was too far to the left. Okay.
Before we're through, you'll learn there's nothing I can't do.
Have care. There's no telling what she'll conjure next. Fear will not survive this without powerful healing magics.
For my next feat, let's turn up the heat.
Plotting witch.
I'm no saint, so don't expect restraint. My patience is through, and now so are you. Very well.
Damn it! Is everyone all right?
No matter where you run, I'll still have my fun. Surrender, I'll allow, if you but give up now.
Okay. I got eaten.
Your offenses demand consequences. Too slow, I fear. You never stood a chance, my dear.
God, she's a rhyming lady.
I shall snuff your flame out. Another swift rout.
Okay. Okay, let's try hitting a wall. Okay, that's how you avoid it.
Your offenses demand consequences.
If she's... Wow.
She was a doll.
You've proven a match for my magic dog. Perhaps you have merit after all.
Shantoto the demon, oh my god.
By Altana, this looks like Artogan.
No striking, no casting gear.
The enemy has breached the Baura defense line! They march on the Imperial capital!
The city has been besieged. Make ready. The enemy will soon be upon us.
Probably should have painted these before I had to enter combat.
Reinforcements! And now the fight begins in earnest.
Ooh, big tank buster.
Well, look at all these adorable two legs. Come, dance with me, mortals.
Their leader has finally shown themselves.
Ow. One more round of my basic attacks, or I just die.
It would appear the siege has ended. Where is Sorelja hiding? Are these not the
hi,
undersea
Corbin.
ruins
How
of
you doing?
Al-Zadar? It can't be. The light divinity.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. I was in focus mode.
I am Alexander. The meek shall be rewarded. The defiant shall be judged.
Alexander, so we meet again.
Thy sin shall be cleansed by righteous fire.
Okay, that's where... What's it doing? It's obviously going that way. Ah! Oh, I see. Please, 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 go away.
How is it an echo can match the resilience of Alexander?
Offer thy worship, I shall burn away thy transgressions. My divine flames shall melt thy flesh, sear thy bones, unshackle thy soul. Open thy eyes, my radiance shall guide thee. Indestructible, impervious, immortal.
I'd expect nothing less of such a deity.
Wish for eternity, yearn for immortality. Sense thy transience, know thy insignificance.
Wipe. Ah.
Alexander, the meek shall be rewarded, the defiant shall be judged.
Alexander, so we meet again.
Thy sin shall be cleansed by righteous fire.
How is it an echo can match the resilience of Alexander?
Offer thy worship, I shall burn away thy transgressions. My divine flames shall melt thy flesh, sear thy bones, unshackle thy soul. Open thine eyes.
Ow, I misread that.
Shall guide thee. Immutable, indestructible, impervious, immortal.
I'd expect nothing less of such a deity.
Wish for eternity, yearn for immortality. Sense thy transience, know thy insignificance.
Yeah, a lot better this time. Holy crap.
Still standing in the face of his judgment. Well done. A comrade is in trouble. Someone heal them.
Ow. I'm dead.
A comrade is down. Someone revive them.
I'm not very good at this. So I'm guessing we need to stand... Okay. There we go. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, let's see. That side first. Please don't share it. Please don't share it. Please don't share it. Jeez. Okay, so that side, then this side. That side, and this side. He's really mixing things up.
Well, if even the stalwart defenses of Alexander cannot stop us, I say we press on.
Oh, it's that way. Let's see. Need.
The Garden of Ruhmet. Then that means...
So, what are you up to, Corbin? Oh! I think I recognize this guy. I've seen videos of FF11 with this guy. What is this? Absolute Virtue? I'm dead. Again. Ah! I survive! Okay. Time to fight Absolute Virtue himself. Or not, he's already dead.
That's the last of them. There is no foe Sorelja can conjure that I have not already vanquished. Twilight God? Here? Sorelja, you bastard. You'll pay dearly for this.
Phantomania.
We stand now before the very Father of creation. Hold nothing back.
Who calleth my name?
What in the world? The emptiness threatens to spread.
Oh, so we don't stand in that.
The reign of twilight is inevitable.
This is an interesting mechanic. Barely got past that. Jeez. That fell directly on top of me.
Bear unto them my essence.
Got hit by one, okay.
Thine arrogant heart shall be mine.
The darkness. It's growing. This place is... It's been swallowed by the emptiness. The darkness of man's heart made manifest. No! I won't give in!
Thine own weakness betrays thee.
Oh, Altana, I beg your grace once more.
Oop, I got yeeted. Tried to line up, I am really not good at this. I'm still learning, sorry.
We stand now before the very Father of creation. Hold nothing back.
Who calleth my name?
What in the world? The emptiness threatens to spread. The reign of twilight is inevitable.
Come on. How did I get caught in that?
Bear unto them my essence.
Yeah, I died.
Thine arrogant heart shall be mine. The darkness, it's growing. This place it's been swallowed by the emptiness. The darkness of man's heart made manifest. No, I won't give in. Thine own weakness betrays thee.
I died.
So long as I hold faith in my comrades and they in me, darkness shall find no purchase in my heart. Oh, darkness. It's taking the darkness into itself. Our farewell shall be forever.
Okay, we made it.
God could never. What has Serelja done? Desire for the emptiness. A comrade is down. Someone revive them. A comrade is in trouble. Someone heal them. Yearn, desire, hunger for the end of mortality. Careful, lest the darkness take you. Descend from the heavens, I beseech thee. Her fate decided.
Come on.
Fear, desire, hunger for the end of mortality. Unto them, my essence.
Nope, 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 I'm dead. Point 3, point 2, point 1, and dead. Dread made flesh. 0 phalanx. I think that's it.
You can worry about how I caught up to you later. We've got a dragon to slay. Come on, we'll be fine. Aren't we always?
Yes. Yes, I finally remember. Who I was. Who I am. Let us be done with Sir Relja and his schemes. Our journey's end awaits. And with luck, a new beginning.
Oh boy. I have no idea what's gonna happen now. Past the striking, past the healing. Need. Paradox. Shinryu Paradox.
The divine dragon that brought ruin to Vana'diel's twin.
So, World Destroyer wouldn't be an exaggeration for this one. Well, that's just wonderful.
Oh, I see how this is gonna work. Oh, I have to be on the light.
Oh no! Someone's down! Can anyone revive them?
Nice.
Never thought I'd see a god that'd give Promathia a run for his money.
Promathia assumed this form after its resurrection. Now I suppose you would have no way of knowing. One world. We cannot let it come to another.
Not a chance. Let's kick this thing's scaly ass.
I see how this works. The color you have needs to be the color you're on. Unless it's that. At least for that specific mechanic.
What the hell was that?
Has Sorelja finally prepared the vessel for his king?
Did he just...
You have done well, Sorelja. This world is mine to conquer, mine to rule forevermore. Oh, sacred flame from beyond, become my blade and consign my foes to ash!
Everyone, with me!
Stop! That's enough!
Insolence! You dare defy me!
Ashal! Ashal!
Don't you worry about me, Prish. I'll see this adventure to its conclusion.
Face the king's judgment!
Finally got through my rotation for once! Jeez!
My word is absolute!
Ooh, that looked like it hurt. Hang in there!
I will not be denied!
So what I've been pronouncing as Alexal, Shal. Good to know.
My word is absolute!
Ow.
Face the king's judgment! Face the king's judgment!
Oh yeah, a dragoon. How fitting for a dragoon
A
to help
truly
me at
mighty
this
blow! The adventurers of your world are extraordinary indeed.
GG's! Raid complete. Wind rest. The third walk complete. I'm gonna give it to that red mage. They made good use of that LB. Striking, healing, aiming, casting. Neat. I got no gear. Okay. You weren't supposed to be here. What, I missed out on all the fun? My guts told me something was wrong, so I leapt through the portal. Next thing I knew, I found you on the ground and a giant dragon looming overhead. I know I'm pushing my luck, but I'm glad I was able to help. Indeed you did. In fact, I dare say your presence is what turned the tide in our favor. My king, no. How could this happen? You had the perfect vessel, the power of a god at your command. It was perfect. If it was perfect, then why did their corpses not lie at my feet? I need a new vessel, a stronger vessel. Sirio only came to be when Promethea, the twin god, the Twilight god, sought ever greater power. It slew their world's greatest champion and brought ruin to the world. To find a stronger vessel will be no easy feat. What in the hell are you talking about? Promethea didn't slay anyone. Quite the opposite, in fact. I was there. Your victory over Promethea, alongside your adventure companion, was but one of countless possibilities. Like Siryu and the death of Vanadel's twin, how could you be so certain? The battle against Siryu, seeing you there, it all comes back to me. Both memories of a world where Hero prevailed over Promethea and another where you alone survived an encounter with Siryu. Preposterous, I know, yet I know it all makes sense. I fully remember who I am, what I am. The memories that echo within the rift between worlds, from past, future, and future alike, from adventurers of our world, those not of our, and those not of our own, somehow intertwined, coalescing into the man who stands before you. Meaning you share the memories of my friend, too. Well, that explains how you remember so much about me. We are not being ignored. Virilja, quickly. I need healing, before it's too late. I need more. More! This place it's vanishing. Looks like we're back in Juno. No. Can't end like this. I won't let it. I need to return to the Walk of Echoes. Find another world. Another companion worthy of my cause. Where do you think you're going? You're finished, Virilja. We did it! Let's talk to Prishay and then I'm still gonna call him Alexal because I can't remember how they pronounced it. We have to go after Virilja. Virilja may have gotten away, but he has clearly grown desperate. Best we hurry back to Bukuljaja and consider how best to track the fiend down before he has time to recover. The memory is sleeping in Juno's stir. Perhaps the Hume adventurer has new knowledge to share with you. Distant promises. Alexal is eager to pursue Virilja. Let us return to Mamuk for now. Perhaps someone in the Lance Guard spied Virilja as he fled. Did I get any thing from that, loot-wise? No? No. I did not get a single item loot-wise aside from a coin, which you get automatically. Unfortunate. So that is all the way back by Mamuk. It's far quicker to teleport than to fly. Okay, I'm gonna press X so I can click on them. Where in the hell did Cerealdra disappear to? I've already apprised the Lens Guard of what we discovered. Glad to see your return in one piece, Wolf Mage. I heard from Alexel that so Cerealdra's schemes beyond the rift have been thwarted then. That as well. We've rounded the last of the echoes on this side of things, thanks in large part to Bakul Jaja. However, we recently lost contact with one of our scouts shortly after they reported seeing Zerilja somewhere in Gokdrek Descent. Bakul Jaja is heading there now, but it would put our mind at ease if you were to accompany him. Of course. Sounds as if he's not far from the portal to Juno. We should hurry. Behemoth! I'm looking into getting a hotbar setup for my classes again. Specifically a cross hotbar setup. Did not get the armor, so... Does he truly intend to conjure more echoes? What's he scheming now? Zerilja, he took us unawares. We tried to stand at our ground, but he forced his way into the sky deep cenote. Bakul Jaja arrived but moments ago, and immediately set off in pursuit after taking our report. I hope he can handle the slippery snake. If anyone would be fine, it's him. That said, Zerilja is not wont to give up without a fight. We haven't a moment to lose. Perhaps I should make for the Mist Continent. No, it would be all too easy for them to track me here. Track me there. I have no choice but to return to the rift. It's over, Zerilja. By the authority of the Landsguard, I'm taking you into custody. Already there upon me. I must set aside my pride, if only for a moment. I beg you, wait, my king. If Tulia has returned to its former glory, the Mamulja require a worthy leader to unite them. And there only remains one, and there remains none more worthy than you, the elevated chosen. Indeed, I have no doubt for your father, too, longs to see you take the rightful place on the throne. So come, Guljaja, come with me too. So you would tempt the lapdog with a bone, but with not a bone but a crown. I didn't expect your bravado to give way so easily, Cirilja. You won't be gloated for long. Huh. What fortuitous timing, you three. Please, will you not convince our dear Guljaja to stay his blade? After everything you've done to sully the memories of our home for your twisted ends, you expect us to help you? I wish to make amends. Yes, amends for my transgressions. You were cursed as a child to never age. Is that so? Being made from memories as you are, it would be simple matter to restore the flow of time to you. I'm fine just the way I am, thank you very much. And since you admit you've done wrong, we should discuss punishment. Maybe a knuckle sandwich or two. I can return you home to Vanadel to perish in a world to which one bears no ties. Ill befits adventurers of your caliber. Would you not agree? Let me send you back there where you belong. There's no denying we long to see home, but I also long to see our friends here bring you to justice. Without me, you'd be stranded. You would really forsake your only means of returning home for this brute you've but recently met. It matters not when we met, nor whether he means to repay any kindness, we show him. He's our friend, and we don't need any more reason than that. Fools, all of you. Such childish naivety is why you could never be king, and why you will inevitably play into the hands of the Alexandrian queens. Trust is how you find yourself a tool, used and cast aside like so much rubbish. But I will not be a tool. I will be a tool no longer. If you would throw your lot in with the other refuse, then it would be my pleasure to mark this your grave. You will die here, mourning the world you will never set eyes upon again. You have strength enough to stand on your own, so why? Sometimes strength alone isn't enough. It's more fun this way. What good is joy without those to share it with? I can think of few pleasures in life greater than shared victory after a grueling trial against powerful foes. A joy shared is a joy doubled, as they say. I will never understand such folly. Live long enough and maybe you'll find someone to throw that icy heart of yours, after you've atoned for your crimes, of course. Thank you, but what will you do now? What? You mean about us getting home? It's fine, really. This place has kind of grown on me. Oh, my dear Precious, is remaining in this world truly your wish? Chantoda, but how? Might we have the pleasantries for a more tranquil space? I've grown tired of this unsightly decor of this place. I take it you're an ally then. Very well, let us return to Mamuk. I have to look something up after this. I'm curious if Chantoda qualifies as good or evil. In fact, I'm gonna look that up right now. I'm gonna look this up. From Final Fantasy XI is best described as chaotic good anti-hero character. She is a highly arrogant and ruthless mage who often acts in her own self-interest, but is ultimately protects her nation of Windrest and fights alongside enemies of Vanadel, using her extreme magical powers, iconic arrogance to defeat. So she's basically a chaotic good character. I approve. If the doll we fought before wasn't an echo, then no, it can't be. Surreal may have outdone himself with this echo. I haven't seen the real Chantoda since last me went in Windrest. These Mamuldra have shown me no hostility. Now, how novel. Beastmen versed in civility. But where is the one who encroached us here? It is rare to find their who escorted us here. It is rare to find their two-headed ilk to appear. As head of the guard, he has simply gone to appraise them of what took place in the Skydeep Cenote. More importantly, Chantoda, might I ask? Silence. I hear the deafening screech of the wheels in your mind turning, but fret not. You shall have the explanation for which you are clearly yearning. To begin, as I am sure you already know, I hail from Vanadel, the one and only Shantoto. And it was you two who bested the magic doll. A rather assuming and unexpected sight to see myself fail. I thought it peculiar that an echo would put a decoy against us. Echo, an interesting name for the creatures we've felt, much like you, born from memories of our home as well. A truth anyone with eyes could plainly see, well made, like a doll, but no, true articles like me. But no. Well made like my doll, but no true article like me. So it's really you, Doc. Or rather, a doll created by you who now speaks through you. This is a little confusing. Doc? Even here, I'm glad to see you're the same as ever, my dear. My cross-rift research was proceeding apace when I sensed a disturbance in that interloper's space. I was being watched, the nerve, the goal, to his end. Curiously, I sent this magic doll, to find both Juno and Windrest here was quite the surprise. Not one, but two faithful replicas. I couldn't believe my eyes. There was also a half-made Bistock, shoddy work at best. The echoes of a certain engineer could have built with a zest. His absence meant there was no guilt in laying the city to rest. And soon after, we found you beset upon by more of those strange creatures. Not that they would prove more than a mere trifle to you, of course. In the first instant we met, I knew right away you posed no threat. And yet, the thrill of a good fight fills me with such delight. I could hardly resist trying to set you both alight. As you might have guessed, Shantoto is wont to get a little carried away when the mood strikes her. In any case, you'll be happy to know that Zarieljaw, the fiend responsible for prying on the memories of Valinadel, has been apprehended. You needn't worry about any more prying eyes in the midst of your work. If the trouble has passed, then my work here's through. This doll would return home, but what of you two? Both your 11 cores appear compromised, so it's hard to say how much longer you'll survive. Both our cores. Twould seem our battle with Shinryu took a heavy toll. If you wish to come along, you need only ask. Ensuring your safe passage is a simple enough task. The offer is appreciated, but I think I'd rather stay. There's still a lot of adventuring I've left to do with Wolf Mage. I would stay as well. I'll not deny it is a choice made with some reluctance, but if my time is short, I would spend it here, on an adventure with my friends. If you don't mind waiting, our adventure doesn't have to be here. I'd rather you'd show me around Vanadal. An adventure in Vanadal. Are you serious? That's wonderful, Dot, but how in the world do you plan to make it over there? I suppose I shouldn't put it past you to find a way. That said, we'll save our adventure for Vanadal. With any luck, we'll have found a solution to our electro predicament by the time you arrive. But before we go, could we see maybe just a little more of Tuliolal? It's only right we say our goodbyes, and I've still plenty left to pester you about besides. Did I hear that? You're looking to take a trip to Tuliolal? In that case, there's at least one place I'd like to take you along the way. Nothing. Noting the contrast with Vanadal has been a real treat. So I'm coming along too, and that's that, my sweet. Just as well, something tells me I would regret leaving you to your own devices. I suppose the dirigible landing is a good place as any to start. When you're ready, meet me there. We'll meet there. Okay. Oh, so I don't have to teleport to another place on this map, because that's where the dirigible lands over there. Okay, so we need to head to the dirigible landing, which is over here. I need to check something in Discord. Someone's at my door though, BRB. Okay, I'm back. Now to talk to each of the characters. You have tribes resembling moblins, trolls, and trolls as well. What are their kindred races? What other kindred races live here, pray tell? Your suggestion of visiting Benadel was surprising, and yet very like you. Seeking a means to travel between worlds sounds like an adventure all its own. It'd sure be nice to have one last taco before we go. I hope you haven't been waiting too long. Before I tend to my own business, I'm sure there are a few places in particular you'd like to visit before returning home. While you see to Alexel and Presh, I will show Shantoto around the city. Once everyone's finished, we can reconvene at Brilti. I suck at reading those. If I didn't know better, I'd say Kuljaja has grown a touch more hospitable since we first met. Shall we start by paying a visit to the Lance Guard? Oh no, I accidentally skipped it. Let's see what that said. They have been a pretty big help, haven't they? Alright, let's head to Brightbloom Post. Being our last time and all, I'd like to take in the sights a little along the way. It's all the same to you. Okay. So we have a couple interaction points. First one is over here. There's no teleport over here, so just walk. Discuss memories of Yoktel. The Pelopelu over in Old Carpacha sure have an interesting way of talking about money, don't they? Makes me want to go and visit just to hear them haggle. They all seem to be such shrewd salesfolk, too, always finding just what I was looking for before I even asked. Bleeding mind readers, I tell you. During our time in Kazamuoka, the Moblins told me of the Potsworn and their practice of fostering an environment for crafting the greatest gold and metalwork in Tuliolo. Such desperate peoples working together in such a fashion is something you would never see in our world. It's perhaps what I'll miss the most when we return home. Okay, so our next destination is over by the trading post, which the fastest way over there is to use this teleporter. And aside from that, we have one objective over by the Lance Guard itself. Looks like it's on the upper level of the markets. There it is. Discuss memories of Bayside Bevy. I feel I owe a great deal to the merchants of this market, and the supplies they fashioned me with are for our ventures. One can never be too prepared, though Presh would perhaps disagree. A look equal parts impressed and concerned. A look equal parts impressed and concerned on her face as she regards my bag full to bursting with potions. Old habits die hard, I suppose. Seeing the fresh produce at the stalls over there puts me in mind of all the amazing food we've had here in Tyrol. Alpaca steak, Sherbrooke Pavil, the meats, the mite tea cookies. What I wouldn't give for more cookies. And the Alexandrians were also no slouch with their cooking either, though I wasn't expecting cultivated meats. So many tasty foods. I haven't had time to eat so many desserts. And we're gonna run this way. Actually, we're gonna teleport. It's faster to go to the teleport and than to run all the way up here. Since I am strictly running out of time, make sure there's no other talking points. There's not, aside from this one. Oh, before I forget, I meant to ask you about those talking catfish. Aren't they also considered one of the tribes of people here? Whenever I see them, I instinctively wish to protect them and their adorable little faces. Were they not so violent, I would be so sorely tempted to take one back home with us. The other day I was talking to someone in the outskirts who was torn about going home to Tuliolo. There being that 30-year time gap and everything. I know what it's like losing time, which is why I told them they should make the trip while they still can. Even if there's people they lost in that 30 years, there could still be people here waiting for them. I wonder if they're already here. And finally, to turn in the quest. Welcome back. On behalf of the Lance Guard, you have our sincerest thanks. I am sure you already know, Zerilja is being held in one of our cells and awaits sentencing by the Wings of Reflection. There was a time when his crimes against Tyrol and the throne would have undoubtedly resulted in his death. That said, I believe redemption is not impossible. Kuljauja has proven that, though there is also the matter of lives lost at Zerilja's hands. But these matters you needn't concern yourselves with any longer. I take it you'll soon be setting off somewhere? We are, as it happens, home. We thought it only right to come and say goodbye. Could you also pass along our thanks to Kekwazana? Yes, of course. I have no doubt he'll be sad to see you go. as well as the rest of the Lance Guard. May you both have safe journeys. If we have no other stops to make, then let us make our way to Subrivte. Okay. That is the taco place, if I remember correctly. Oh, that's it. That's another player, not the teleport crystal. Looks like the closest teleport is Bayside Baby. And it looks like they're down here. Let's talk to Brescia first. Hello? There we go. Tullio sure is a wonderful place. Well, here we are, though I see no sign of Bakuljaja. Perhaps the tavern keep has seen him. With colorful company today, I see. Will it be just the three of you? We're expecting 2 more, actually. Sorry to keep you waiting. Addressing all her questions proved more time-consuming than I anticipated. And address them he did, without a moment's hesitation. The Muldra of this world have exceeded my admittedly low expectations. Before you all leave, I wanted to treat you to one last round of tacos. Let's find a place to sit. Oh, knocked something off. Almost knocked something off my desk. Aren't you going to eat? I swear the tacos here in Tullio will change your life. Well, the offer is appreciated. This doll need only magic to be duly sustained. Well, those tacos are as amazing as Auntie's. If I might have your attention, everyone, today we are offering all you special. Oh, a special performance by Sequoia. The upcoming songstress hailing from Alexandria. I wonder if they'll actually play the song. Anyway, what are the chances we would meet again here of all places? She's been practicing every day since you left, determined to realize her dream of becoming a songstress. Imagine our surprise when Brookhavu approached us, asking if she could hold a performance at his establishment. Sadly, there's no words, but that's fine. It's a nice melody. Precious, so what did you think? I'm finally doing it. Bridging the gap between Tulia and Alexandria through music. Absolutely incredible. I'm glad I got to hear you sing before I had to leave. Leave? Does this mean you're finally going back home? In that case, I'll just have to go and sing there someday. I'll be the best singer you've ever seen. No doubt about that. Looking forward to it. Well, that was a neat cutscene. Waiting for the loading screen. There we go. Strangers newly met forge bonds that to last a lifetime. Is that not what it is to be an adventurer? A beautiful voice like that is certainly to be popular here in Tulia. Hopefully she visits Mamuk as well. My mother would love to hear her sing. Something about him gives me deja vu. I've sensed similar power, but from who? That adventurers who's always traipsing about. I'm sure I'll have time later to figure it out. Mouthwatering tacos and unforgettable surroundings. Serenading from Scoria. What more could I possibly want? Time, I guess. But there's no point in trying to delay the inevitable. Alright, we're ready to go. Then let's make for Juneau without delay. The connection home is strongest there and will help us on our way. Will you be seeing us off, or are you planning to stay? I told the other echoes here that they can return to Vanadel, but all chose to stay. They said if their fate is to fade away anyway, they'd rather seek out new adventures here. Adventures really are a crazy sort, aren't they? Despite our many trials and tribulations, I would not trade my memories of this place for anything in all the world. For everything you've done for us, I thank you. My brother still finds it hard to believe that this Shantuda will be able to take them home, but I know she can. The power that doll exudes is palpable. Whosoever's controlling it is a mage of the highest order. Do you suppose most people in their world are so absolutely powerful? If we have no further cause to delay, I shall plot a course for our home, and show you the way. Concentrate on home. Hold its picture in your mind. Reach out with all your heart, and the path twixt worlds will answer your in kind. Oh, well done. I'm impressed. Pupils worthy of merit, and that's no jest. I confess you have potential. You're not just all bluster. Certainly better than a certain total loser I could muster. Alright then, until we meet again. I guess we may have overdone it a little with Shinryu. We had a lot of fun times here, didn't we? And met so many interesting people. I'll treasure these memories of Turel for all my days, however many that may be. And I expect to see you in Vanadel someday, you hear? That big world of ours will always be waiting for you. It is strange to think I will soon live alongside those self-same adventurers whose memories have created me. Stranger still is that you too may someday cross the path with them. Should that day ever come, I hope you will offer them the same kindness you gave me. And invite them on an adventure to create a new memories all their own. I hate to interrupt, but I don't think it's wise to waste any more time of the little time they have left. But you should come back for tacos sometime. We're comrades now, after all. And we've always been short on. And we've always been short on those, hey brother? Take care, you two, and safe travels. Until next time, Big Ol' Jaja, Wolf Mage. It suddenly seems so quiet now. Dry your tears, brother. You still have me. What tears? Out of the two of us, I'm the strong one. We should be heading back to Mamuk. I'm sure Mother is curious to know what became of Alxel and Preche. And we'll teleport to Mamuk if there's no other quest here. Just something in my eye. Ah, you're returned, Wolf Mage. But where is Alexel and Preche? Have they... Yes, Mother, they've returned to their home. A bittersweet parting, I'm sure. Those you consider friends are few and far between. I didn't say they were friends. They were comrades. Alxel, Wolfmage, Preche, Alxel, Wolfmage. Nothing anyone says will change that. It would be remiss of me not to offer thanks as well before you go. I shudder to think what would have happened not only to Mamuk, but to all of Tulil had you not come to our aid. Threatened by our own ritual magic, no less. Never could we have imagined them being combined with Electrope to serve such nefarious ends, which is why the technique for conjuring shades will henceforth be forbidden, never to be passed down in future generations. We might have walked a similar path if not for you and Wilcomot. We made many mistakes during the Right of Succession, hurt many people. Despite all of we've done, we were given a second chance, and so long as there are those who believe in us, we will keep trying to live up to their expectations. We found the right path now, and won't stray from it again. We refuse to be a burden to our comrades. Bakul Jaja? It's not too late to find yours as well, Father. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that people need only the opportunity to change. Perhaps you're right, son. Perhaps you're right. If you're ever in need of help again, don't hesitate to call on me. Your enemies will rue the day they meet Bakul Jaja. Perhaps violence shouldn't be our first solution. You could learn a thing or two from the vow of reason, brother. Do you suppose Precier and Alexel made it home safely? I hope they can come back and see us someday. Perhaps I'll find a way to go visit them first. And we obtain all these Orchestrium rolls and a Echoes of Valadel Farmer's Kit. Be right there! The memories abiding within Juno stir once more. Perhaps the adventurers there have new knowledge to share with you. However, it is time for me to end stream. Wait. Huh? What's this? Another cutscene? Something wrong? It's nothing, just thinking on all we've been through. It was some adventure. At the beginning of our journey, I had nothing. No name, no memory of who I was, only a vague sense of duty to guide me. With each battle, we found our way forward, and eventually I remembered. I remembered what it was I was fighting to protect. Something more valuable than a treasure. I fought to protect it as well, which is why I know we will meet again. Until that day, let's be off. Adventure calls. Oh, that's a neat art. We leave the light on. We'll leave the light on. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue streaming. However, it is my dinner time, so I'm gonna step away for like 15 minutes and I'll be back. BRB.